everyone, my name is Lorna and I work for a charity called Whale and Dolphin Conservation, and we work to protect whales and dolphins all around the world, including right here in the UK where we live. And today we're going to look at a couple of different whales and dolphins that we get living in our waters. We'll look at how they might be affected by climate change, which is what's happening, causing our Earth to warm. We'll look at how important these whales and dolphins are to keeping our ocean healthy and how we can help to keep them safe. So we're going to start by looking at the bottlenose dolphin. Now these dolphins are quite special because the bottlenose dolphins we get living around the UK are the biggest bottlenose dolphins in the world. They grow to almost 4 meters long. And they live together with their friends and their family, similar to us. And also like us, each dolphin has its own name that we call a signature whistle. So I'm going to play a sound clip here so you can hear what one dolphin's signature whistle sounds like. So this is the dolphin's own name, okay? So make sure those listening ears are turned all the way up. Here we go. So that there was one signature whistle. Now all these dolphins will each have their own signature whistle and they'll all sound different to each other. And dolphins are so clever that they will be able to remember the signature whistle of all their friends and their family. And they use this sound to help talk to each other, just like what we do. Bottlenose dolphins are also very, very good hunters, very good at catching fish. And fish like salmon are their absolute favourite foods, like the dolphin in this picture. And inside our dolphin's mouth is lots of pointy teeth, like you can see in this picture in the corner. And all these pointy teeth help them grasp those slippery fish, making sure the fish can't escape once they've been caught. Now dolphins don't have flat teeth like we do, which means they can't chew their food. So the dolphin in this picture is eating her fish completely whole, swallowing it down all in one. Now we're going to look at a little video here. It's of a bottlenose dolphin called Zephyr who lives off the coast of Scotland, up here where I live. And you're going to see her catching her lunch. So you see that's quite a big fish that Zephyr has caught there. And she's also throwing it out of the water a little bit. And that's just to make sure that when she catches it again, it's the right way round, ready to swallow down whole. We also get humpback whales here in the UK. Now these are quite big. They can grow to 17 meters long. And you'll see them quite impressively jumping out of the water like this. Our dolphins like to do this too. And humpback whales use sound to talk to each other as well. In fact, humpback whales like to sing songs to each other. So keep those listening ears on high. Let's listen to what a humpback whale song can sound like. What did you think of that? I hope you liked it. Now it's actually only the boy humpback whales that like to sing these songs. Maybe they like to sing them to the girls. But our humpback humpback whales are a bit different to dolphins, not just because they're bigger, but they also don't have teeth like the bottlenose dolphin. Instead, our humpback whale has these long, hairy teeth that we call baleen. So this picture in the corner here, you can see these really long baleen with their hairs, and these are growing inside the whale's mouth. So when a whale takes a really big gulp of water with lots of food inside, all of that food gets trapped behind the hairs and only the water can escape. Now we're going to watch a little video again, and this is of humpback whales that like to use bubbles to trap fish under the water. And then they swim up from below with their mouths open to eat all those trapped fish. So let's have a little look. So let's play this again and I'll talk through what is happening, okay? So you can see all those bubbles there coming up to the surface. And there's our whale. They swim up in the middle, catching all of the fish inside their mouths. You then see they close their mouth, but they push all that water back out, so they only swallow the fish. And there's a few whales in this video because they're all working together to catch those fish. Now there are whales or dolphins that live all around the world. Some of them like to live in warm water. Some of them like to live in a bit colder water, similar to here in the UK. And then there are some that like to live in very cold water, including the bowhead whale in this picture, who lives in very cold water in the Arctic. And to make sure that they can live in that cold water and still stay warm, the bowhead whales have a really thick layer of blubber under their skin. Now this is a thick layer of fat, and it helps to keep the whales nice and warm, even though they live in really, really cold water. Now, I want to have a little talk about how we keep ourselves warm if it's cold outside. So pause the video and have a little chat about what you would do if you were heading outside and it looked all snowy and cold like in this picture. So, if I was heading outside on a pretty cold day, like it looks like here, I would definitely add some extra layers. Maybe a nice, woolly warm hat like this. Keep you nice and toasty warm. But what do we do if we get a bit too warm? If it's quite warm outside instead? How would we then cope? Pause the video again and have a little chat. So, I'm getting a little bit warm now. I think I'll take this hat off. So when it's a bit warmer, we won't need our hats or our jackets. We'll maybe wear some lighter clothes and we'll cool down nicely. So on a day like this in this picture, I don't think I'll need my hat. But it's a little bit different for whales and dolphins in the sea, especially when they live in somewhere really cold. So our whales, like we said, they've got lots of fat to keep them warm. But we know that Earth is getting warmer, and that's called climate change. So over years and years, Earth's getting warmer and warmer, and that means the ocean is getting warmer and warmer, especially in a place that's so cold like the Arctic. And what's happening is, again, it's getting so warm that the ice is starting to melt and disappear. And the sea, the water, is getting warmer too. Now we know that our whales and dolphins, they can't take off any layers like hats and jackets to cool themselves down if it gets too warm. So a warming ocean is not very good for the animals that live there. But we need whales and dolphins to make sure that our oceans stay nice and healthy. They can actually help us make sure that the earth doesn't get too warm. Let me tell you how. Here is our whale. And our whale helps keep the ocean healthy, especially the plants in the sea. And there are lots of really tiny, small plants called plankton. And our whale helps these plants to grow by pooing. So whale poo is really important because the more whales we have and the more poo there is, the more the plants will be able to grow. And plants help keep our ocean healthy. They can stop it from warming. And they also provide lots of oxygen for us to breathe. So our whales here help keep our ocean nice and healthy and can help fight climate change. So if we can save the whale, we think we can save the world. But there are other things that are dangerous to whales and dolphins in the sea. And one of those things is litter. So when our rubbish gets into the sea, it can cause a lot of problems. The whales and dolphins might get tangled in it, like in this picture. Or they might eat it, thinking that it's food, and it can make them very sick. So I would like you to think about what you could do to try and help protect whales and dolphins from the problem of litter. So how could we stop litter getting into the sea? What should we do with all of our rubbish? Hit pause again and just have a little chat about what you think you could do. So, I bet you came up with lots of excellent ideas of how we can help protect whales and dolphins from the problem of litter. Now, making sure we put our rubbish in the bin is the best thing that we can do. And if there's not a bin, if you're out and about and there's no bin around, then we can take your rubbish home and use the bin there. I bet you've all got lots of bins at home and at school, including lots of recycling bins, those special bins for certain types of litter. And if you can recycle as much as possible, that's very good. But also trying to reuse litter, so we're not tossing so much rubbish away. And that means hopefully less rubbish will get into the sea as well. Other things you can do is to help our charity work to protect whales and dolphins by fundraising, raising money, by adopting a dolphin or an orca or a humpback, and that will help us to keep these whales and dolphins safe all around the world. And raising awareness is very good too. That means telling other people about the dangers to whales and dolphins and how they can help protect them. Now I've got a little activity for you all to do to help with this. I've got this lovely colouring in sheet. Hopefully you all have it. And by colouring it in and putting it on display at home or maybe throughout the school, you can help make sure that other people know just how important whales are to our oceans, and how saving the whale can help us save the world. Thank you all so much for listening to my talk today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.